Yes, here we are live. It's our food for thought in the month of July. So, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Tonight, it's the two of us, Ian in Scotland and me here at home in Tenerife, with you guys on the screen as well. So, tonight we left the discussion open. There's no topic, and there's gonna be a topic, lots of topics, I hope so, with you guys participating in the chat. So what we thought was to give you the opportunity to ask questions, always, of course, related to what we're doing here on Food for Thought, which is mentoring, holistic mental health care, and personal development, personal growth, self-improvement. So we're always happy to see you here in the chat. Let me see who's here tonight. It's Craig. Yes, guten Abend, guten evening. It's Craig, yes. So Tim and Christine, hello to you guys. If you are watching on catch up, maybe the family is here, I know, and we understand that you guys want to be with them. And congratulations. 20 years ago today, they moved to Tenerife. 20 years ago. Really? That's a bit odd. Anyway, so yes, have a lovely time with the family and grandchildren, and enjoy. That's the most important. We've got Crazy Bake. Hello, good evening. And David Butler, of course, David and Anne-Marie Elton. Yes, hello. Thanks for coming in, for being our foodies for thought always. And look what I'm wearing. Lovely gift from Anne-Marie and David. So thank you very much. It was lovely to see you last time you were on the island. So we also have, who else is coming in? Trisha Slater, good evening. 10 years, not 20. I was going to say, this year I'm here 21 years in June. I'm here now 21 years on the island. So 10 years, Tim and Christine. Congratulations on that. And Deanne, nice to see you. And I'm happy to see you actually live. Now you are on vacation as well here on the island, and we're going to meet up very soon from the Aronac Run. Yes, your Facebook pictures look lovely. You are having the best time of your life, I think. Yes. Derek Walker is in the house as well. Welcome. Ian, whoever that is, Ian at home. Welcome. And Tina Rigby. And more are coming in. So thank you very much all for making it over here to Food for Thought. And tonight it's your time to ask questions you would have wanted to ask on any occasion over the last, say, 6 months, actually. We've always, since January, had a set topic. So tonight it's your stage. Use the opportunity to put any comments or questions in the chat you have for us, and we are happy to put them on screen and talk about it. All right. Ray Duffy is also in the house. Thank you. Ian, my friend, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. We just had a nice day out visiting my sister-in-law in Forfar, so it's been a nice change for us, nice and relaxed and that.
Family time.
Yeah, I hope everybody can hear me okay. As you'll probably see, I'm a wee bit toothless in the front.
The tooth fairy came around.
The tooth fairy came around. That's right. They didn't get much reward, but
Did she leave you anything?
never left me a thing. Never left me a thing.
Now we
Uh,
can hear you just fine, eh?
yeah, that's
Thanks.
it. So,
You are
uh,
you are one great example. You are showing up always, always. And that's excellent. I love that about you.
yeah, well,
Thanks for
oh,
being here.
I'm always round about. Uh,
Always
I just,
roundabout, no matter where you are in the world, right? Tonight
yeah, that's right.
in Scotland, in
That's
Dundee.
right. I just had a nice wee reward this week. I harvested some of my cabbage,
Oh,
and
wow. Yes,
that's
I've seen
that's
the
that's the
picture.
first lot. Um, so there's a wee blog up. You can have a wee look at it. That's the first lot up. That is actually 4 weeks growth since we came back from Tenerife.
Food
Things
with
have
growth.
really grown, like you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah.
it's a nice wee reward, nice wee reward.
Of course, you
Uh,
you harvest and but you give a lot of TLC also to it,
yeah,
isn't that so?
I can answer. Trish has put a question up there actually.
Let me see.
Uh, where is it?
This one, no?
Uh,
Yeah.
Ian, did you do the gardening? Yes, Trish, I did a lot myself. Uh, um, Yeah, got there, prepared the ground the previous year, and I've even done something new this year. Um, I've actually grown the seeds. I've grown everything myself,
Ooh.
and I'm very happy with it. But there is disasters. I've no carrots this year, Julian. My carrots are a disaster.
The,
So
well, but there are other things that come along really nicely.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and you are
yeah.
learning. So when you are saying you are growing everything yourself, does that mean you had the seeds? You pulled the seeds from last year and then just planted the seeds, or how did that work?
The seeds I buy in the seeds from well, there's many outlets now. There's garden centres and what have you. I buy in the seeds from the garden centre. I then have not a cold frame, a heated frame that I plant the seeds. I put the seeds in that in, and once they come through, I then have to prick them out into other sort of into other pots to let them grow. And
Yeah,
they grew so much this year. Before we left to come out to Tenerife, I had actually had to plant them all out, and I
yeah.
was actually worried in case they were going to die off. But of course, when they came back, they'd all grown.
They
Great,
were waiting for you.
absolutely brilliant. It was just a case of a wee bit TLC, get them back into shape, get talking to
Exactly.
them, tell the plants what I wanted, and then
Exactly. I was
I'm
going to
gone.
ask you, do you talk to your plants?
Of course you do.
Oh, of course you do.
Oh,
Okay.
if you're weeding them, if you're pulling the weeds and that round about them, you talk to them at the same time. Just simple things like, "Well, you're doing well. Uh, I'll have to clean that wee bit up." Just little wee things like that.
So you actually talk good things to the plants.
Oh yes, oh yes,
Good
oh
things.
yes, yeah, yeah. It could be the plant could maybe say to you, "I'm crushed here. There's too many other plants round about me. Move me."
Okay, so you actually pick up on what the plants are needing.
Oh
The
yes,
plants needs.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes, the plant
yeah,
need. It could be telling you. The leaves could be telling you, "Oh, I'm needing some more food."
yeah,
You know that by looking at them. The plants are able to identify uh, different things about themselves that I'm able to pick up.
yeah,
Uh, many gardeners like myself will know that as well. I mean,
yeah.
I grow vegetables. Many other gardeners grow flowers.
Hmm.
Flowers is a different. They need a wee bit really. they need a wee bit TL, a wee bit more TLC. Because many people grow flowers for shows, and they grow them up into big heads, and then normally what happens is they put a bag over the
Uh-huh.
top of the head and tie it loosely. Then that protects the head until it's time to snip it and
Wow.
take it to the show.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Oh, it's
there are
it's
tricks, and you know how much effort goes into the gardening, and maybe it's that we love gardening or animals very much because you cannot get any ego from them. So the flowers or the plants, the vegetable and the fruit, they're not gonna be bitchy to you. They are lovely beings, right?
yeah. I mean, the tell that. I mean, if you look at the plants and say, you know, that plant's not very big, or that fruit on that plant's not very big.
Hmm.
It's lacking something, or the ground is lacking something.
Yeah,
So you've got to adjust and maybe give it a wee bit stronger food or something like
yeah.
that. You know?
Anne Marie asks, has the bad weather affected your crops, Ian?
I was frightened before we came out that we would have frost, and we had a lot of rain. Luckily, there was very little frost, but it was quite wet when we got back. Um, since we got back, it's been rather good, and it's dried up. In actual fact, I've actually had to go and water some of them.
Yeah.
Um, when it's dry, the potatoes don't like dry weather. Potatoes
No.
like wet weather, damp
Yeah.
weather, so that they can grow, so that the tubers can actually grow,
Yeah.
grow big on them. Um, I've actually seen today, actually, on my journey to Forfar today, is some of the big farmers, the big fields, have these great big reels with a water hose on them, and it's a
Mm.
sprinkler. It goes automatically up and down the field, sort of just sprinkling the water and that, like,
Yeah.
you may think it's funny. Okay, we've had good weather and that, but it's not long of drying out. Honestly, when you get 2 3 good days, and it dries out quite quickly. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but no,
But
that's
potatoes here as well. The first time this year, we are growing potatoes. Actually, just in a bucket, and it works out really, really well. They are coming out beautifully. I guess this is the right area as well. If you drive around the north of the island, you can see, yeah, many fields with potatoes actually.
yeah.
So Emma Kelly is asking, what else do you grow?
Eh, well, in my greens, I've got my cabbage, I've got my cauliflower, and I've got my Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
They're all in. As I say, that's my first lot of cabbage starting to come out now for the freezer. I've got the onions growing from onion sets, and I grow turnips, and I grow carrots and potatoes.
Wow. You are very
And
self-sufficient.
yeah, and of course my tomatoes and that what's in the and my tomatoes and that and what's in the greenhouse. But I only grow, Julianne, what we use. Um,
Mhm.
I don't grow stuff that we don't use a lot of. I do grow beetroot now and again, but
Mhm.
beetroot, it's a wee bit messy when you come to preserve it, clean it and preserve it,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing, like.
Very red.
But yeah, basically that's it. But I like it, my onions and that. Once they dry out, I have them up in my garage. My potatoes, they go into their boxes. Carrots when they grow, they go back into the ground. And in actual fact, the carrots that you saw last year, we have
Yeah.
just finished using them now.
Wow. They were major. They, I mean, that big, huge one. I don't know if you have seen that video with the carrot harvest. So if you haven't, go check it out on Ian's channel. It was massive, such a huge carrot, and I had not seen before that they can split. And you explained to me that they had hit something like a rock or a little stone,
Yeah,
so that's why they split
yeah,
into I always say it looks like a little doll with feet.
yeah. That's it. One or two of our viewers there are asking. There is actually a video just went up on uh, YouTube the last day of me cutting the cabbage and preparing the cabbage. So if anybody
Okay,
wants to
yeah,
have a
so
look at
go
it,
check it out.
yeah.
Go
Oh,
check it
thanks,
out.
Anne. Very good. Thank you very much for that. Yeah,
Thank you, Anne Marie.
yeah.
Thank
That's it.
you. Also, you guys in the chat, if you have any questions for us, use the time tonight. It's all about you. That's why we put the theme questions and answers. So I would like to ask you, Ian, do you have any question?
Mm. Tricia, Ian, do you grow any for competition in local shows? Um, yes, Tricia. I
Oh,
don't actually grow them for the shows. Uh, Unfortunately, I'm not here when the plants actually need their most tender care. I'm usually in Tenerife. If you're growing for shows, you have to look after them from day one if you want a show. You need proper ground. Uh, Basically, it is TLC if you're growing for shows. This was why I said earlier people that grow flowers, uh, especially dahlias and things like that, they they manipulate them to get a proper head on them.
yeah.
Some of the plants only have one head on them. This is what they do. They grow them up, and then once if the head is maturing too quick, this is why they put the polythene bag across it, just to protect
Okay.
the head that 2 3 days. Thanks,
So it
Tricia, for that. Yeah.
basically sounds like a marriage if you are growing them for something
Oh yes,
bigger.
yeah. I mean, people. It doesn't matter whether it's flowers or vegetables. People that's growing for shows, you will see them out in rain, hail, and sun, looking after their plants if they're growing them for shows.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
They spend a lot of time. Spend a lot of time.
absolutely. Yeah. So more people are coming in. Hola, buenas tardes, mi amiga Maria Albornoz, Alan's homemade vlogs, and who else? Sarah Childs. Hello, Sarah. How are you? And Ray Duffy, I said already. Good.
Yeah.
So Ray Duffy is eating foods out king prawn salad. Ooh, with garlic bread.
Ooh.
No phones or tables at the table. Back in 49 minutes. 49, not 50.
Uh,
Yeah,
Evening, Alan. How's Struan today?
good.
So,
So
yeah, you were saying um,
I was
something,
asking,
something that springs to mind. Maybe get a couple of comments from our viewer friends. There is identity. I We had an occasion just recently. We were doing something, and I was asked for identity. A thing that's never ever happened in my life before.
mhm.
What does uh, our viewers, what would they construe as their identity?
You know what? You know what's funny? Yesterday, I had to renew my German passport. So I had an appointment. I made an appointment at the I don't know how you say it, consulate. the consulate for the yeah for Germany here, representing
the
Germany
consulate. Yeah,
here
yeah.
on Tenerife. So we had all the papers and everything, and I also had to hand in, of course, a picture. So I found out that Germany is quite strict, very strict actually, on yeah, one of the strictest in terms of photographs in the passport. That was something very very new. Whereas 10 years ago, the photo, even though it was biometrical, it was a photo where you could have your hair as you normally have it. Whereas now I had to have my ears showing. It's very strict measurements, as well. Of course, the fingerprint that I can think of, that is something. Yeah, your identity, your fingerprint, and of course then the facial features, so that it can be recognized. Even,
Mhm.
well, then of course the first things that come to mind, your name. I had to give my name, and where you live, everything that is sort of mine, my name, my address, my eye color,
Yeah.
my hair color, my height, things like that. So where you could put an I and my for in front of, that's your identity, I guess, something like that. What
Yeah.
would you
Yeah.
say? Let
Yeah.
us know in
Yeah.
the chat. Huh? What do you
Yeah.
identify with?
Yeah. Trish's got one there actually.
Yep,
Trish's
true,
got the basic.
exactly. Date of birth, yeah,
Yeah.
etc. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you really think that that is all about identity, or is there something more to it? Is identity just something that you put my in front of, or is it maybe something more?
It's something that what I would say people see themselves uh, probably as uh, likable people. That's part of their identity as well. There could be people that's more positive and they put out positive vibes. That's part of their identity.
Yeah,
Likewise, you can actually get people that are negative, and it's always negative vibes that they put out.
yeah,
That's part of their identity
yeah,
as well. It's part of their thoughts and that.
yeah,
Um, that's their thoughts. But how? I mean, you speak about identity. It comes from someplace. When you're a child,
hmm,
you're given a wee identity from your parents, aren't you?
yes, absolutely,
And
yeah,
it's I should go through life. I'm just thinking about it here. I should go through life. Your identity actually changes.
hmm, yeah,
Your personal your actual personal identity actually changes because you're learning more. You're
yeah,
gaining more. You're gaining more experience.
yeah,
Eh, and that stays with you all through your life. And people that you're dealing with, people that you meet and see every day,
yeah,
realize that, uh, and they can actually see, well, that's part of his identity, and they know right away who you are and what you do. You might have a good family.
hmm,
Um, you've maybe probably had a good bringing up, and you've maybe got children of your own, and
hmm,
you actually pass that on to them. It's
yeah,
it's like what would you say, a learning curve. Learning
Yeah,
curve, changing your identity. Your
yeah,
basic identity never changes. Basically, I mean, your what you see, just as Trish said there, like
yeah. There
what
are a few good comments here in the chat. So
come on then.
Eugene McGeever saying going to the polls with ID. Yeah. And Sarah saying we need photo ID to vote tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So what another way of putting identity is, and it is also similarity. So kind of sameness, and I guess that's what it is. The ID to vote. It's showing sameness.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and
Uh,
Marie is saying you can be identified for security by Face ID and electronic banking, etc. Yes, yeah,
yes, yeah. That
absolutely.
that that particular statement there, Anne Marie, is actually becoming more and more popular now with banks. Um, when you go in, basically when you go to an ATM now, uh, I expect the majority of ATMs now have facial recognition built into them now as well. So that's sort of
Mhm.
yet again that's your basic identity.
Yeah,
Uh, your language,
your
what you
language.
speak.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
look,
yeah.
I mean, as we you were saying, it changes throughout life. Yes, of course, the very first identity you even get in your mother's womb, I guess. That's also where conditioning happens already. So then out of there, life starts, and then yes, your parents or your caregivers are giving you your first sort of identity,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
that's part of the conditioning. And then it doesn't go away. We think yes, while growing up and as an adult, we are the ones deciding. um, there is that conditioning still remains, but we find out better sooner than later that actually we have our own mind and our mindset, and that the
yep,
mindset can be reset, so to say. So that is something you personally own, and you can always change your own mind about certain things.
yep,
and
yep.
um, and that starts with thoughts and your own beliefs. Would you say that that forms also part of your identity, your own beliefs? And I'm asking all of you, your own beliefs and your own thoughts, are those part of your identity as well?
Your religion's part of your identity and what you believe in your church. Um, if you are a regular churchgoer, that is formed a major part of your identity as well. Something that just sprung up there actually, Tricia Slater.
Okay.
Uh, it's what makes you unique. Yes, Tricia, you
Okay.
are unique.
Where is that? Yes, definitely. I cannot
Definitely.
find it. Ian, can you find it? I, I don't see it. Ah, there it is. Yes, thank you for that comment, Trisha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. There's another one actually. There's one from Diane actually. Uh,
yes, I saw that one as well. The government keeps track of you. For example, my legal name is Diana. It I bought my plane tickets with my name spelled without the A. Yeah, and I had to show identification at
oh,
the airport. Yes, I mean it's also for general security that that is useful.
Yeah, 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 yep.
Hola, 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 amigos y amigas. And Dane is also mentioning. Good evening, Ian and Julian. How are you both today? Very fine. Thank you,
Fine, thank
Dane.
you,
Thanks
Dane.
for making it. I'm fine. Good. Thanks for your email, for the email update. And I hope you're looking forward to your holiday. Hasn't been too bad day here, weather wise in Scotland. The gardening jobs continue to do well. Go on. Yes, Ian was
Yep.
also keeping us updated about his garden. So,
Keep us at Dane. That's it. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Anne Marie, your accent can identify where you're from. If people can identify your accent,
yes.
that's it.
That is very true. Very
Yes,
true.
brilliant. Thank
Yeah.
you, Anne Marie.
It's especially in Scotland and especially in Glasgow. That's all I'm
Yes,
going to say.
yeah. You know, I am still figuring out the different areas and regions, how people speak in England. And I have to say, well, in the beginning, it has been quite challenging. Now it's getting much easier. And I even understand my Scottish friends. So that's good. Oh, okay. That's oops. Just
What's
press.
this? Tricia says, "Oh, well, I'll put that one. A quick one there for Tricia." Also, Aberdeen. Yes, Tricia. There's two, three different accents up there as well, and if you don't know them, unfortunately, sometimes it's like a foreign language.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
look, what is Ellen saying? Ellen says, I must admit, I regularly got in trouble at school for imitating teachers, so I can change my accent at will. Having lived in various places, you pick up phrases and dialect. Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. Yep.
yeah.
Do
Exactly.
you think this is something that happened to me actually with very strong accents? I remember as a kid going on holiday and meeting people from say like areas like Bavaria or south of Germany, and they have a very strong accent as well. So being around them and me myself being from an area in Germany that doesn't really have so much of an accent. It's quite plain actually. We are supposed to speak the most clear German. So it has always been yeah, funny for me to evidence that in my own self, that I sort of picked up on their accent. I don't know if let me know in the chat if any of you has experienced that as well. It's funny. I could, like, after 2 weeks of holiday and spending time with those new made friends, I would pick up on their accent and just say random words they were using. So that's also part of it. Yes, environment is, I guess, really shaping you.
Yep.
Oh, oh yes, oops, David is saying Ireland has 32 two counties, north and south taken together, and almost as many accents. Wow. Woof,
Yeah. True.
that's
True.
a whole
True.
lot.
True. Uh, I must put this one up.
Oh yeah, Maria is saying I can recognize the Glaswegian accent, and now
Yep.
Dundee. Thanks,
Yep.
Ian. Yep.
Actually, Maria, I'm not Dundee. Uh, you would find it quite difficult to understand a pure Dundee accent. Accent. Yeah. Yep.
Ellen says, true, David, my old foreman came from Donegal, and I have friends all over the north, and I hope I am not messing this up. Ire that talk totally different. Well, I I get away with it, right? Did I say it right? Did I say that correctly or not?
You'll get there.
I'm getting there. Okay, good. Yep. All righty. Good. Thanks for your comments,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
Yeah, so what what oh yeah, Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle is a very strong accent, and I am actually proud that I can sort of pinpoint the people from Newcastle, the accent. I mean, that's
yeah, yeah.
maybe because of the
As we
family.
call it, uh, Geordie land.
Jordyland,
Geordie
yep,
land. Geordie
yep.
land.
Maria says, "Sorry, Ian. I truly thought you're from Dundee."
Yeah, that's okay, Maria.
Oh,
Dundee's only a stone throw from me.
oh, look, Anne Marie is saying, I used to have to change my accent while interviewing clients when I worked in recruitment, similar as the person to avoid misunderstanding and make the interviewees feel more comfortable. Wow, yes, that's interesting, Anne Marie. Um, Yes, so sort of like to reciprocate and be more like them, I guess. I don't know. That's a very subconscious thing we do, actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you said it actually subconscious. I remember going back a year and a half, 2 years ago, um, when I started on YouTube on Balcony Banter and that. Uh, I used to pick and choose the way that I spoke. But now you actually get familiar. You're familiar with the people that you're talking to. All
yeah.
their friends and that. It comes up on every chat, every time on the chat, and you become more aware. You become more relaxed. Um,
Yes,
and the normal your normal accent just sort of comes out just like what I'm saying now, like um,
yes. It
if
becomes a habit. It becomes a habit.
it becomes a habit. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
uh,
And I mean, that's just achieved by repetition. And even though this is only once a month, we're doing this only once a month, before it had been every week. Um, and just imagine that creating a new habit. And you did over this period of time. And so did I. And so are we all evolving, we're all changing in different directions and hopefully up. Diana saying social class is also found in how a person speaks. Okay, the
yeah,
New York accent people who are blue collar add an R at the end of the words that end with the letter A. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, no Jersey.
I get this one from David.
Najar. Oh yeah. Do I say that correctly? Najar?
Yeah, yeah, it's pronounced Nadia.
Najar.
Nadia, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
There's
Eh,
a school of thought that a person who keeps their childhood accent have stronger personalities than those who cage accents when they move to another country or region. Yes, that's very interesting, David. I can say, remembering, you guys all know Probably. I've grown up in East Germany. I was raised there until the age of um, 7, and then we moved to West Germany. So so the area where I was born and raised was Saxony, which has a very, very strong accent, and a lot of times this accent was yeah made fun of, and as a kid that was quite harsh if you carried an accent so strongly and then moved to another area of the country where they would not really understand even some of the words that had a complete different meaning. So that I can imagine for children as well can be quite quite of an experience. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh,
Diana's saying, oh no, Tina is saying,
yeah,
as well as accents, it's difficult to understand local slang. Yeah, words or phrases not common to everyone. Yes, absolutely.
yep,
That's sort of like a mojo. Yeah, getting into yeah into the vibe of an area of a whole region, and yeah, and putting yourself out there. um, I guess that's also the fact of being able to adapt to change, and being able to adapt to certain regions. And it's not only accents or language, it's also maybe um, festivos, um, how would you say, holidays. I was thinking in Spanish for a moment, so pardon me. Yeah, it's this whole vibe of celebrations as well. I'm now here living in the north of the island, which is completely different from the south. There's so much more celebrations going on, and especially in the municipality where I live, Los Realejos, which is the municipality with the most celebrations, with the most fireworks and all of that. So we always say, funny enough, we say like, oh, has another mouse died? Fireworks again, bing, bang.
uh,
All right.
uh,
Some people do their family trees, do their family tree.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That could be anybody that does their family tree and follows their family strings back through the years can probably pick up different accents from different areas.
Yeah.
It's it's actually something my brother-in-law he started, and I wanted to get involved in it. But again, it's it's a time-consuming thing. It's a very time-consuming thing
It is. It is.
on the family
But
tree
it's
itself.
interesting to the areas of how far your name actually spreads,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, that's
and
yeah,
and it can be in such a remote, different area than you actually expected it to be.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's
Especially if your last name is not such a common one,
yeah.
then it can be something really yeah exciting.
Uh,
And then to carry on and pick up on. Got to go now. Good chatting to you both, Ian and Julianne. Speak soon. Goodbye, Dane, and
Cheers, Ian.
speak
Thanks.
soon.
See you later.
Okay, let's see. David says, ooh,
Oh, here's
it's a thing with the Irish to be proud of one's original accent, but you need a lot of willpower to not change to the accent of your new location. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's. I think it's lovely if you can say that you are very proud of your accent, and you, no matter what, you're gonna keep that.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's not even yeah, it goes just automatically that
yeah,
you lose it, or you gain new accents or new words you are using. So
yeah.
that's something that goes automatically.
Uh,
But yeah,
it's a funny. I'll answer that one as well, David. Yeah, onto that. I mean, I did a lot of travelling in my early years, and I was uh, 12 months in London, right in the heart of London, and you pick up the accents eventually. You know, once you've been there quite a while, you take a wee while to settle in. But you're in the construction industry. You're on a big building site, and you have many different accents, different people. But you all come together at some time, whether it's at meal breaks and that, and it's you sit there and you listen. What's he saying? What's he saying? And eventually, after a time, you pick that up. Likewise, it goes the other way as well. I used to get it from other people as well. They knew exactly what I was saying, and they were able to use words that I used, and it's
yeah,
probably never ever used it before in their lives. You know?
exactly. So I mean, Anne Marie is saying that's true, Tina. Sometimes we find those who speak quickly from different regions difficult to understand. Yes, yep.
Mhm, mhm,
Uh,
mhm, mhm.
exactly that, what you said as well.
Yeah,
And then it takes time to pick up that language, that vibe, and so on. Just imagine if you are learning about yourself, and you are learning yeah, like we all do when you come here together with us on Food for Thought. We are using different language as well. Oh, I mean, me being German, I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best not to butcher anything. But what I'm saying, so this is creating a new awareness in areas that we take oftentimes for granted, or would not even speak about, or come to think about so intensively. However, the people who are showing up in the chat, and I know you are the hardcore foodies, I would say. You come here, and it's doing something. So thank you very much. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Right now, we're currently watching 21. So thank you for that. Trisha is saying, David, in the Highlands of Scotland, they have a lovely
a lovely lilt
lilt,
in their accent.
lilt in their accent. Love them up there. Yes, it's the quirkiness and the oddness as well that sometimes makes things very attractive and cute,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. It is. Uh, especially if you go out to the islands, Stornoway, for example, it's completely different in Stornoway.
Uh-huh.
It's a different way of life out there. Um, Again, they are very religious
Yeah.
uh, in Stornoway. That's the island's identity. If you go out to Stornoway, everybody there is very, very religious.
Yeah.
Um,
Different way of life.
it's looked upon as if, yeah, that's their way of life. Like, it's really, really good. You know,
Okay, let's see.
so relaxed.
David, who started this accent discussion anyway? Ah, yes, and she's
Not guilty.
probably sitting right next to you.
Not guilty. It's supposed to
Oh.
be identity, not accent. Carry on, folks. Carry on.
Oh my God. And Tina saying, here in Yorkshire, we have names for things that are different to Lancashire. Like, is a bread roll a cob, a
Yeah.
roll, or we say bread cake? That's interesting,
Yeah.
actually.
Tina, what is a stoty?
Stoti.
A stoty. What is a stoty, Tina?
Put it in the chat if you know. Enlighten us.
Yes, please.
Enlighten us. Yes, but that's a good one actually, and I think
Yeah.
that applies to many other countries as well. I can say that from Germany, for instance, that we have different words for bread roll in German, depending the area you are from. Absolutely. David is saying, in the deep south of Ireland, the Cork and Kerry people almost sound as if they are singing, not talking. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Oh, good.
There's
No,
not
I
that
love
one.
that.
Well, here's this one. Where did I
So
get this
let's
one up?
see. Oh, yeah, a bread cakes type of thing, I think. Is
Spot
that
on,
true?
Tina. Spot on.
Yep. Okay. Anna saying, there are phrases unique to various parts of UK and Ireland that have different meanings to other countries. For instance, Craig means fun in Ireland, but in the US it has a whole different meaning. Yep. So it's not even a name, and
Right.
it can be also a name or not, or is that only spelled with a G in the end? So yeah, that's why we have the Craig Master, and yes, we
Exactly.
have invited him as well to come on, and he will show up. He promised at some point in the second part of the year. So you guys are gonna get to see him, and maybe Sahar. So saying hello to you both. Tina, Trisha is saying David in the Highlands of Scotland. They have a lovely.
Yeah.
We had that already. We already put that on.
What was this one
Um,
here?
uh,
Here's Tina. What's this? Language, dialect, and accent are fascinating.
yes,
Yes,
I
Tina,
totally agree. I
they
totally
are.
agree.
They are. Especially when you get them all together. It's mind-boggling.
Yes, yes, absolutely. No, and I mean, for me, teaching languages is so much fun. I love teaching German, English, and the Spanish, and it's always so much fun, and you can actually find so many similarities in language, sayings. For like for instance, there's one thing I was laughing about the other day with one of my clients. We were talking about that seems that's Chinese to me, right?
Right?
The saying that
Yeah.
goes, that's Chinese to me. In
Yeah.
German we would say that's Spanish to me. So isn't that funny, that one one country is saying Chinese. Oh no, which country are you using actually? Do you use Chinese? No, the Spanish use. Sorry, I butchered that one. The Spanish say Chinese, so that seems Chinese to me. What do you English people say?
Uh,
Something
Chinese.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
you also say Chinese. Okay,
Yeah.
and in German it's that seems Spanish to me.
Yeah.
So
Tricia,
um,
Tricia says, yeah, it's Greek as well. Greek. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Greek. Thank you. That's the
Greek.
one. That's
Greek.
the one
Greek,
we were
that's it.
saying.
You
Yes,
say
that's
that's Greek.
Greek
Aye,
to
that's
me.
right. Aye.
That's
Aye.
so. I mean, that's
Although
so
I
funny,
use
isn't it? I was like, To one country it's Chinese, to the other it's Greek, and to the other it's Spanish. So and that's only three countries. So all the other ones are still pointing at some other country,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, aye,
Yeah. Thank
yeah.
you, Trisha, for that. Well,
It's
it has been a wonderful discussion. Thank you all for your lovely comments in there. Oh yeah, so Carol says I say Chinese. I say Chinese. And yes, and
uh,
David says in Ireland too, all Greek.
mm,
If it's
eh,
gobbled
gob, no,
gobbledygook.
gobbledygook, gobbledygook.
Okay, I'm learning.
I like this one.
I have to use interpreters for many different languages in my job. Sometimes a word crops up that I understand because it sounds very familiar to the English word.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's,
yeah,
yeah. And it's Craig says, some people say you're talking double Dutch. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, double Dutch.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
that's
good.
all the
That's a
common
good
ones.
one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love
True,
that.
true, true, true,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. You I'm going to ask you, Ian, because
Yeah.
you always have the last enlightening words for the whole month that that are lifting up all our viewers. So, would you like to share them with us? And just one thing, David says, identity became accent tonight. Yep, yep.
Yes, David.
Totally agree. That's
Yeah.
one of it. I like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
and let's see. A lot of words come through from Latin or Greek. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Trisha
That's
says.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Good.
Uh,
So, Ian, can you ask the universe what comes out about accent or identity?
uh, actually, I think quite a lot has actually come out tonight. Uh,
I
I've
agree.
learned I've learned a lot of other people's thoughts. Um, in days gone by, when you were in amongst it, with people, it came as second nature. But when you're away from it and you learn from, let's face it, there's people in the chat there from all over, and it is brilliant what
Yeah.
I've actually learned tonight in different
Yes.
ways. Some of it
Me
I
too.
knew, but it brings it back. It brings it back.
Yeah.
It brings it back
Yes.
to the thing. Um, I'll leave you with a wee thought. It's about a torch, a flashlight, and batteries.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
When a flashlight grows dim or quits working, you don't throw it away. You change the batteries. When a person messes up and finds themselves in a dark place, do you cast them aside? Of course not. You help them change their batteries. Some need double A's, attention and affection. Some need treble A's, attention, affection and acceptance. Some need C's, compassion. Some need D, direction. And if they still don't seem to shine, simply sit with them quietly and share your light.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. And showing up. Thank you so much for that. And you did enlighten us with that one. Thank
Well done,
you.
well done, well done.
Yeah. Um, what I want to say tonight, I mean, this was totally out of the blue, basically, and we just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to show up as you always show up, and give you the stage, so to say. So what I find is that even though we're all from different countries, different accents, different upbringing, probably we are different, yes, and it's great that we are different, and at the same time we are very unique and united, and we are we're good in what we're doing when we embrace those differences that we have, whether it being in language, in words that we speak, um, sometimes even words that are hard to hear out of somebody's mouth. Um, Even those are worth embracing. There's lots behind words that are spoken. There's always energy behind words. So what you were saying, Ian, the need for different energies, as you were saying, whether it being affection, whether it being care, whether it being just listening and sitting with sometimes the uncomfortable. It's worth embracing those differences, and those differences that ultimately unite us and bring us closer together. So, David, I'm just reading out a few last comments. You've been so active tonight in the chat, and I love that. Thank you so much. Um, David says we could have explored a different route. You are what you were. Another aspect of identity. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
another for another time. Yeah, you are what you wear, you are what you eat, you are what you consume. Yeah, totally. So that's also part of identity. So thank you for consuming food for thought tonight, each and every one of you, and we hope to see you next month with a whole new episode and whole new guests. So thank you very much, and see you.
See
Bye.
you.